Okay, this is 7, 6, where we are multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. Here's the monomial, and we're multiplying it by the polynomial. And what is this? This has 3 terms, so it's a trinomial. Okay? You may have to know that. But let's go ahead and get in. We're going to distribute this. I'm going to do it 2 different ways. First, all of this information right here, all of this is going to get multiplied by this. Notice how I have the negative there. This and this. Notice how I have the negative there. Alright? So I'm going to take all of this and multiply it by all of that. When I multiply numbers, we just multiply them like we've been doing since first grade. Well, maybe you didn't learn multiplication in first grade, maybe like second or third. 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. What do we do when we're multiplying with exponents? We add the exponents. So that becomes a to the 4th. Okay? Then I have 5 times a positive 2, so that makes a positive 10. Here's my a. There's a little 1 there. It's understood to be there. A2 to A1 is A3. And then I have 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. And then there are no a values, so that's a squared. Now, when I look through here, I ask myself, can I combine any terms? That's not combining terms, what we just did. When I do this, I'm adding them. That's not necessarily like combining terms. That's not what we're doing in that regard. Down here, do I have any more A4s? No. No. Any A3s? No. No. Any A2s? No. No. That is the end of that answer. Okay? Now, let's go on to the next one. If you want to write it down first, put it on pause, and then see if you get the right answer. That's fine too. Alright, I'm going to have to go a little quicker because my time is going to run out on me. That is going to be multiplied by this, 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 and that. Notice how I keep the sign with it. That's very important. Now I'm going to do it the other way that we learned today. I'm going to take negative 6d to the 3rd times this first term times this next term times the next one and times the positive 9. Okay? And if I have to write that down, that's okay too. Okay? Negative 6 times 3 is negative 18. D to the 3rd, D to the 4th is D to the 7th. Okay? Negative 6 times negative 2 is a positive 12. Okay, if I want to put that there, that helps me a little bit. D to the 3, D to the 3. What am I doing with them? I'm adding them, D to the 6. The next one, negative 1 times, there is a negative 1 there. It is understood to be there. Okay, it's there. You can't see it. Negative 6 times negative 1. A lot of times you all were saying 7. No. That's positive 6. There's a little 1 there too. D to the 3, D to the 1, D to the 4th. Negative 6d3 times 9. Okay? So then we have 6 times 9, which is 54. Okay? And actually that's going to be a negative. And then are there any more d's? Nope. D to the 3. Now I'm just going to, and that's a negative right there. I hope you can see that. That is a negative. I didn't make that clear. But it is a negative. So now I'm going to write this all as one line. Negative 18d to the 7 plus 12d to the 6 plus 6d to the 4th minus 54d to the 3rd. There's my negative, my positive. Why did you put the plus there, Mrs. Beers? Because it's understood to be positive. And then there's the negative right there. Okay? So that's its final answer. All right, let's do a couple more. If you want to write it down first, go ahead and you can try it on your own. Put me on pause, and then let's see what you get. Okay, so I have this term. Okay. My pen just ran out on me, my pencil. I have this term. Okay. Then I have this one right here with these two. And then I have this negative 5. And then I have this. And then I have this one. Okay? So we're going to do just one thing at a time. 2p times negative 4p squared. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. p1, p2, p3. 2 times 5 is 10. p1, p1, p2. p1, p1, p2. Okay? Minus 5. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to say negative 5. So forget I did this, sorry. Give me a second. I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it another way. I want to do it this way before I do that. I want to say negative 5 times 2p is negative 10. So I'm going to make that negative 10p to the 2. Okay? So as soon as I get here, I have to pause. And I didn't pause first. When I've done this part, I have to pause and say, I've got a negative. What's it going to end up being? This happens to be negative 5 times 2 is negative 10p squared. Then I take negative 5 times a positive 20, and that equals negative 100. Okay? Now that I've done that, I can go through here, and I see that I do indeed have like terms now. Positive 10p squared and a negative 10p squared. And that actually they end up canceling themselves out, and you're going to end up with negative p to the third minus 100. Okay? All right, let's do another one. There it is. All right? I'm going to bracket out my terms if I need to. Some people don't need to do that. Some people do. Okay, I'm going to bracket out my terms. I'm going to have to speed it up because my time is running short. Okay, notice how I keep the signs with everybody. All right, let's go. 3 times 5 is 15, x squared. Okay, 3 times 2 is 6. There's the x. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. I'm pausing because I've got that negative there. Negative x times 7x squared is negative 7x to the third, because that little 1 is there. Negative x times 2x is negative 2x squared. And negative 1 times negative 3, because remember that's understood to be there, is a positive 3x. Negative x times negative 3 is a positive 3x. Now I'm going to go through. I'm going to see if I have any like terms. Okay, and I'm also going to put it in standard order. So I'm looking for my highest ordered term, which is this one. That's my first one. Negative 7x to the 3, because it has the highest order. And I'm going to go through. Here's a plus 15x squared. Do I got any more x squares? Do I have any more? Oh, there's one. Minus 2x squared. Come back to the beginning. Here's a 6x. Do I have any more things that have just x by itself? Oh, there it is. Plus 3x. Come back through. I've got a negative 12. Now, negative 7x to the third. 15 minus 2 is 13. So that makes that positive 13x squared. 6 plus 3 is 9. And that makes that positive 9x minus 12. There's nothing else that I can do. Okay? But the key thing when you have that subtraction is when you're multiplying it. Okay, hopefully that will help. See you tomorrow.